Welcome everyone. My name is Karina Skiering. I'm the training librarian here at the library. I'm not sure if there will be still more students coming, but they will just come in as we go along. What I'm going to do today is just tell you about the library and what the library can do for you. But I'm first going to show you a nice short video just to tell you how nice the library actually is. I'm just going to switch off the lights. Okay, I just love that little piece. Okay, like I said, we're going to do some library literacy training. Some of you, I think most of what I'm going to say to you, especially today, the next two sessions, I think you will learn more. But today is just a general overview of the library, the services, where you can go to, what you can expect of the library. Yeah, so some of it you might already know. So the first part we'll do a little bit quickly, but you can please stop me at any time if you have any questions, and then we'll take it from there. Now let me just say this as well. Today we will do the introduction to the library. I'll quickly show you the library homepage, as well as how to use the catalogue. And then our next class or session, I will show you how to use the internet for your studies, how to get relevant information, how to use the different internet tools that are available, which can help you in your search. Then, and then on the third session, it will be in 2 weeks' time. We will do electronic databases. I will show you the electronic databases the library subscribe to, how to use them, what you can do with them, save searches, go back to it later, get the specific articles for your research. And then the fourth session, we're going to do referencing, TUT Harvard referencing, with an introduction to EndNote. Some of the terms you might know, but we will do that because there are certain rules in which you must compile your bibliography and the way you must use references within your research. So we will do that, and then we'll show you EndNote, which can make your life so much easier for your bibliography and help you to organize your research articles, all your research sources. Okay. The presentations that we have we show them to the students as well. So some of it's really on their level, but the information is still important for you to know. You might know it might be news to you, but I'll just quickly go through them. Your information librarians for Faculty of Management Science is Eunice and Given. They are here on the second floor. The offices are just outside this room. They are the ladies you need to talk to when you need information, you cannot find what you're looking for. They will help you. So they specialize for the Faculty of Management. If you have any problem or you cannot find, or the librarians don't do what you want them to do, you can speak to the client manager. This is Alice Mashele. Some of you might know her, but she's also here on the second floor, so you're welcome to contact her as well. Just quickly going through the rules. You need your staff card or your student card if you want to make use of the library. If you want to take out any books in the library, you need your card. You can use any of the libraries at the different campuses, but the information for your course, for your study field, is mainly here on the main campus. Okay, you need your card to enter. Just the basic rules. Hopefully you all know that by now. It's just no eating in the library. Just be considerate of the fellow students. But most of you, because you are M&D techs, I mean, you won't sit in the library and work. So you'll come to the library, get your things, and leave again. So just to take note of that. The different sources that we can find in the library. It's not just books, but it's journals, videos, DVDs, CDs, and then of course access to the electronic databases. So you'll first start with your the catalog search. If you're looking for a specific book, you can do it from home, from the library's website, or if you're on campus, on any of the computers in the library. Maybe I must just ask, because I know some of you are staff members here. Do you only come here when you have class? You're not here during the day, or how do you get your information from the library?
What do you need? You
Contact them or come, yeah, depending on your own work, because I think you're all working. Yeah, so you'll have to be here after hours or in your own time. Yes. Okay, so the searches, the librarians, if you don't have time for the searches, especially because you are the M&Ds, you might have to contact the librarians, and they will sit with you, have an information interview with you, research interview, to determine what you are looking for, and they will do the searches, send the results to you, and you can decide what you want. So you won't necessarily do your own searches, but you can. Just quickly on how the information is organized in the library. The library uses the Dewey Decimal Classification System. All the information are classified in 10 main classes. Use a digit or numerical representation. It starts from 0, 0, 0, and it goes down to 900. Every digit representing a different subject field. And management fall under the 600, technology. So you will see there's a lot of 600 books starting with a 6 here on this side of the library. On the other side of this floor, there's the Faculty of Science. It's their books. On the ground floor, it's the Faculty of Engineering and Built Environment. You can use any of the collections, but mainly yours will be here in the yellow section. It shelves numerically. It starts from 0, 0, and it goes right down up to 900. the numbers, the Dewey numbers are on the spines of the book. And so I can show you this, but I think most of you will know it. It's just the way the shelves are organized. When you start with the shelf, it starts with 0, 0, 0, and it goes all the way 200, 300, 400, up to 900. Here just outside this room, it's the 900s. And then when you are in front of the shelf, it's shelved in sections. It's not shelved across the whole length of the shelf. It's using the Z format. Okay. So this is the Melvin Dewey who devised this classification system. It's been in use for a long time. It's been since 1876. It's been refined over the years, but the main principle is still the same. I will just show you a short video. It's actually the art students. They created this short video about Melvin Dewey. Just going to switch off the lights again.
Many different topics. Dewey came to the rescue and solved the problem by placing related topics near to each other using a numerical filing system. The Dewey system ended up with 10 main classes. They are 000, generalities, 100, philosophy and psychology, 200, religion, 300, social sciences, 400, language, 500, natural sciences and mathematics, 600, technology and applied sciences, 700, arts, 800, literature, 900, geography and history. All information falls under one of these classifications.
Okay, there's just one last explanation about Dewey. So to find information on the use of packaging, that's the breakdown. It starts from general, technology, and it's breakdown from management to general management, management of marketing, sales promotion, and then 658.823, the use of packaging. It's just, do you understand how Dewey works? Is it clear? Did you know it before? Yeah, okay, some of you, yes, okay. So we'll go on. This is the library homepage. Just going to sit now and just quickly explain. Sorry. From the main TUT page, you can access the library page from this link. And here you have the library page. You can do a quick search from here, depending on what you're looking for. If you know the title, you can do a title search or a keyword. That's the easiest way to do it. But if you use that search box, it will take you directly to the catalog. We'll do that in a moment. I'm just going to tell you what's on the library homepage as well. You will get the loan rules on how many books you can take out. Seeing that you are postgraduate students, you can take 8 books for 21 days. You can renew your books twice, so you can have it for quite a long time. It divides books, periodicals, multimedia. It gives you a summary of everything that you can take out. There are a page about each different library, just the opening hours and everything. So if we look at the Pretoria Library quickly, it will give you the history, contact numbers. There's the contact numbers again of Eunice and Given. And some interesting, the facilities that's here, and then as well the library hours, very important. And then the head of the library, the contact details. Okay. From here you can also click on My Library Record, and it will tell you what you will have on your name. and it's linked to the library catalog. So we'll show you it later. And from here you can access the catalog as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick search so that you can see this. Now we're in the library catalog. The catalog is everything that's available in the library. So the physical books that you can take out, or the journals, or the DVDs, or the CDs. So here you can see for management there are 18,000 titles or books with the word management in the title somewhere. So there are quite a lot. So what you can do is you can limit it from here to only Pretoria Library. You can see it's still a lot, 9,000. From here you can modify it further, and you can limit it by different material types. You only want books, you only want Pretoria Library. It can be printed in any country, or if you only want the latest items, and it will narrow it down for you. So now it's a little bit less, so you can work through that. Depending on what you're looking for, that's the way you can search. If you click on an item, it will open the full record for you. That is the shelf number. That's the number you need to write down, and you will find the item on the shelf. Okay, so it will tell you it's on Pretoria Open Shelf, it's Management Sciences, and it's available. If it's not available, there will be a due date, so then you will know somebody else is using it. So if you can look at the description, and you can see what the subjects are assigned to the book, and you will immediately know, yes, that is what I'm looking for, or it's not at all what you're looking for. So from here you can go back to the list, and you can work through the list. I just want to show you a nice feature as well, especially when you're using the books for your research. You need to keep track of the sources that you use for your bibliography at the end of your research. Because I know you will use quite a number of different articles and books during your research. I mean, some of the bibliographies are a few pages long, so you cannot keep track of everything that you've used out of your head. So a good way, an easy way to do it is to email the bibliographic reference to yourself, and then when you start compiling your bibliography, you will have all the detail, and you don't have to think, oh, what was that book? Where did I put it? Which one was it? Was it the yellow one? Was it the blue one? Cannot remember. So it's a way of keeping track of your the sources that you use. So I will show you. So if you used these two books, then you save, you mark it, and then you save the marked records, and you can continue saving while you are searching. You can continue saving. Once you've done, you can view what you have saved, and you can work through the list again, remove the ones that you do not want, and from there you can just type in your email address, and you click on submit, and you will receive the bibliographic records in your inbox, your email. Just note that sometimes it happens to me all the time, depending on how your server is set up, but it can be in the junk mail. So just remember to look there as well if you do not receive the email. The subject is III exporter. So sometimes they just think it's junk, but just open it, and there you will find your bibliographic records.
Can I make a comment here?
Yes.
This applies to all of you. most supervisors, they prefer literature not older than 3 years. So there is a way to filter out all later. Please just keep that in mind. Only time get the latest. You don't do all the run around looking for information.
So the latest 2010, 11.
29, 2010, 11, 294, because this is the year.
Okay.
Please ask questions if you have something.
Yeah, if I'm going too fast, please stop me as well. Okay. So then after you have sent the email, it will tell you it's been sent, and then you can just clear the save records, and you can start searching again, or depend on what you want. Okay, so if you start over, this is the main catalog. When you open the catalog, this is the main screen. From here you can search the catalog. You can view course reserves. I don't think you will use it a lot, but it's usually for students. The lecturers reserve certain items for the students, and then they can go and check if it's available in the library. They can use it only in the library, but I don't think it will be applicable to you. I just want to show you this one. View your library record. If you cannot remember what you have on your name, or especially when you have to return the books, this is a nice way of just checking, see what is out on your name. So you type in your name and your student number or staff number, and then you click on submit, and it will give you your details. You can edit that if you want to, especially if you are looking for a specific book, it's out, and you ask the circulation staff to let you know when it will be returned, so that you can come and take it out. We need your correct contact details so that we can contact you. That's the only way we can contact you. So you can edit that, and from here you can see, you can click on that, and it will tell you what's on your name and when you have to return it. Okay. If you're doing your research and you're using some different libraries catalog as well, and there's some item that you think we should buy here, you can complete this form, and it will be sent to the librarians, and they will get the item for this library as well. Okay, I'm just going to wait. Kom belei nou nie. Okay, I don't know. Now something's wrong with the. Let's see if we can. Okay, just want to show you here. If you search from the library homepage, you're looking for management. You click on search. It will take you directly to the search, to the catalog. Even if you know the author, it will the same. You can just type in the author. It will take you directly to the catalog. It's just the easier way to get to the catalog. On the home page as well, we have here the electronic resources. If you click on this link, it will give you a list of all the electronic databases the library subscribed to. In our next session, in 2 weeks' time, we will do the databases. We'll do it in detail. This you can, of course, you can look at it. You can see what's available, do searches on the databases, but we'll do some practicals when I see you again. So here's all the databases the library subscribed to. Okay, I think this is... Okay, any questions about the homepage or the catalog on how to search, anything? Yes,
How do you go about searching the journals?
searching the journals. That's for the databases. That I'll show you, yeah, it's the next time, yeah. For now, you can only search the journal titles. You cannot search the individual articles. Yeah. Yes,
We have it.
say it.
The same thing when I'm at home.
Yes, for the catalog, for the databases, you will not always be able to log in from home because the TUT's got a very secure network, but there are passwords for the different databases, which you will also let me just see. No. Yeah, if you can see there, the last sentence, off-campus access codes are available from your information librarian. So some of the databases you will not be able to access from home unless you get the passwords from the two subject librarians. Now the catalog, no, you can search the catalog, yes. Yeah, you couldn't.
But the databases, I do have some passwords.
You do have passwords, yeah.
And then there are some where you, like, if you search and then you find that there is an interesting article, sometimes it says to you, even if I'm on the TUT, because I do it under the TUT website,
Okay, yeah.
it will say, contact your librarian.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that again when we're busy with the databases, and then we'll take it from there. Because I know there's also a setup for the students. There's a specific setup. I'm not sure. I'll get the document for you, and then I will give it to you so that you can set your computer at home so that you can access the TUT network. I'll just get the correct details for you, and I'll give it then to you. Yes.
Two concerns. One is on the items from the libraries. I don't know whether the library has reduced some of the services or for whatever reasons that could be. I requested a book last year, in September. It's only now when I came to the library to find that that book is still not being brought to the library.
Still not returned.
Yeah, and the second one is the library used to offer the service for a reminder.
Yes.
If you've got material from the library,
They will send you a courtesy email.
Yeah,
Yes.
that has been,
Yeah.
since stopped. Or
Yeah. I'll take it up with the circulation department because I experienced it myself. And no,
It's
I'll.
quite important.
Yes, it's a friendly reminder. It's nice to receive because we are so busy. But I'll definitely take it up with them, especially with the manager. I'll let them know.
Can you show us how to search articles or whatever for the 2009? How do you do it?
Okay, I can show
I
you.
don't have to get 18,000
Yes.
things on management.
Yes.
And then I just bring.
Okay, I'll show you again how to limit the search. As for the articles, we'll do that next time. Okay. Sorry, yes?
Maybe a next question then. The librarian, how far of assistance what can they do for you? Can they search journals for you and send it to you, or what is that?
Yes. Yes, they will help you with your search. Like I said, she will, once you decide on what's your topic or what articles, research you want, you will contact her, make an appointment with her. I think that's the best because you're all working. So then she will have an information interview with you. And you will decide on what you want, and you make arrangement with her on how she will get it to you, mostly by email. So she will do the searches for you and send you the lists, the results that you find. She will probably search on the different databases as well, and then you can tell her which ones you want. If you cannot download it yourself, the full text, You can ask her to. But most of, especially the databases, you will see next week or the week after that. When it's available full text, you can immediately download it and you can have it. So there's no need then for her. Previously we had to, it should have been faxed or scanned and emailed, so, but nowadays it's so much easier with the databases. Okay, I'll just quickly show the catalog again on how to limit the search. So you go to your catalog and you can do your search. Say business management. And here you can set your date range. Okay, so you can, or only books that has been published after 2009 up to now. And you can then just submit the search and it will only give you the information from 2009. That's for the books. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Okay, now we're just quickly going to move to the library collection. That's the different collections in the library and where you can find them. First of all, you're the postgraduates, so you can take 8 books for 28 days. You can renew it twice. You can do it telephonically. So I'll give you the number. Management, like I said, it's the yellow section. It's here on the second floor. A short loan, I don't think you will use it, so I'm not going to spend time on this one. The journal section, that's on the first floor. We do receive printed journals for every department as well. So every department and faculty identified a few critical journals that they want the students to have. So here on the first floor, you can just ask the staff members on duty to see the list of what's available, and then you can use it in the library. You can make photocopies. You cannot take it out. You can ask maybe permission just to go and make, if you're on campus, make a copy at your department or whatever. But mainly it's for use in the library. Multimedia section, it's just next to this room. That's where you can find the DVDs, the CD-ROMs. There are also a few other things, not everything that's not printed. There are a few models, skeleton, but I don't think you will use it in your studies for management. That's the ladies, you need your card as well. The equipment to use it is there. The lecturers, they can also use this room if there's a certain DVD or they want you to academic DVD, then they can show it here.
What sort of information is available in multimedia? Is it tutorials? Is it lectures? Is it?
Yeah, it's everything that it can be DVDs. Let me just get one for you. Let me just give you an example.
So one of the ideas we do is that we want to compile all the information that each master's student or doctoral student needs, the first few information. Because the first thing you do when you come here, you have an idea of what you want to do. The question is, what is it really that you want to do? Your first step is the library. You know what information is available. Is it the latest information? How credible are those things? What can you do? You get an easier plane when you have this behind you. This gives you a good indication, it gives you direction. Now this is why we start with this. Because chances are, most of us we have a fuzzy idea of what is it that we really want to do. So this is your first step. Anyway, thank you.
There are different, it's academic DVDs, what they call it. It's moving from criticism to feedback. That's just now an example. But it's a DVD, and then with live presentation or training or some movies in it. So it will just give you, it's not just a book, it's some live action that you can watch.
Different
Subject areas, yeah, there are different subjects. It's also shelved according to Dewey, so you can look at the 600 field depending on what you're looking for, and you will. Yes, I'm not. We'll just check if you're allowed to take it out, but maybe you will, because you're postgraduate students. Otherwise, you'll have to use it in the library. No. Mm.
But then when it comes to other recorded visuals, can they use that? Because normally, what I want to find out is the set of sources that you have, the material that you have in your university section. Is it ones that the departments have indicated they need, or you just assume that we teach such things?
Yeah. No, nowadays, everything that's been ordered must be approved by the department. So the titles or the items that needs to be ordered comes from the department. The librarians can make a suggestion and say this and this is available. Do you want to order it? And they must say yes. We want that.
The different publishers I'm saying,
Yeah.
different catalogs.
Yes.
You get a catalogs, there are certain, some of them are coming with visual, and sometimes you're told no, the budget is not meant for the visual, but only for
Book, for print. It depends on the department. A part of the budget is allocated just for printed material, and then a smaller part is available for audiovisual material. So it's just, that's every librarian and department, it's their agreement with each other. So I cannot further, yeah, you can take it up with your department and the information librarians to see how they divide the budget. But yes, of course you can make a suggestion for any type of material. Okay, this is just this room. The reference collection, just outside of this room, you can notice it's lower shelves than the open collection. It's there just for referencing. Encyclopedias, dictionaries, maps, standards. It's just quick reference. Especially, I think, important for you now, seeing that you only need the latest information. If you cannot find a certain book, and you know it's a new book, it's just been arrived at the library, remember to look at the new bookshelf, because all the new information that's coming from the admin departments is shelved on the new bookshelf for a period of time before it moves to the open collection. Yes.
How long roughly do you keep them on the new?
I think it depends on how many books there are. If there's a lot of new books coming in, it's only a short period. But if there's space, they'll keep it there for some time. Okay, again, the rule, if you want to borrow a book, you need to go down to the circulation desk, give them your card, and they will check it out for you on your card. That's the number. If you want to renew your books, you can dial that if you want to renew your books. The same if you return your books, you also have to return it here at the circulation counter. And then just remember, sometimes, especially with interlibrary loans as well, if you requested a book and they give it to you, it might be sensitized because we have to protect our library material, and sometimes the staff forget to desensitize it, and if you want exit the library, all the bells will go off and the security will come to you and everybody will look at you. So just be aware of that it might happen. But if it's interlibrary loan, it's fine. Otherwise, just remember to go to the circulation counter and check out the book. Okay, I'm not really going into this. We all know that the index of a book can give you a better idea of what's the book about. Referencing method, the way to reference a book in your research. We'll do that the third session. We will do that in more detail. That's just the author, the title, the edition, the date, the place, and the publisher. That's the important things you need for your bibliography, and that's why I said it's good if you email the full bibliographic reference to yourself of the books that you have used. Then you will have all that information with you, and you don't need to remember what book you used. Can I go on? You're fine. Okay, then just the difference between magazines and journals. I think by now you will know that. Magazines, it's not a good idea to use magazines in your research. It's articles that the editor thinks the readers will enjoy. Scholarly journals, that's scientifically researched articles. That's the articles you need to use. They call it also peer-reviewed articles. That's also a good indication of an article that you can use. The last block, that's the difference between magazines and journals with peer-reviewed. Let me just stand this side. Magazines articles are not peer-reviewed and are accepted if judged to be of interest to the readers. If you look at scholarly journals, peer-reviewed occurs before the article is accepted. The editor sends copies to experts in the field for their judgment to see if the article is sound and should be published as is, revised or rejected. So that's peer-reviewed. When we do the database searching, most of the databases have a tick box where you can select only peer-reviewed articles. So we'll do that. Again, referencing, that's the way you have to reference to a journal article. You need the author, the date, the article title, the journal title, the volume and number, and the pages. Most of the databases as well, they have the option that you can email you yourself the citation, the reference as well, so you'll have it with you. And with EndNote, it's very easy. It organizes, it imports your reference, and it organizes. You can organize it in different folders. So I'll show you that's very, very helpful tool for your referencing. Just additional services, it's mainly for the postgraduate students, no, the pre-graduate. Photocopying. For you as well, the Copyright Act, you're not allowed to make copies of whole handbooks, only what you need. And again, plagiarism, copyright goes hand in hand. They are very strict about this. We have a legal office on campus. It has been, some of the students have, they were guilty on the Copyright Act and they were in serious trouble. So just beware of that. I think even when you do your proposal, You have to have certain criteria. I think they will do it with you, but it's very important so that you stay within the limits of the copyright and the plagiarism. Interlibrary loans, like I said before, if some information source or article that you really need, but you cannot find it anywhere in the library, not even in a different university, the librarians will try and get it for you from overseas, or they will do whatever it takes to get this information for you. So it's available to you, so keep that in mind. Archives, the TUT archives. In the archives we have a copy of all the previous research that has been done at TUT, M&Ds. So if you really want to see what's been done before, there's a copy in the archives. That's only for library use. When you do your M or D, you have to donate 2 copies to the library, as well as electronic copy. So we keep one in the archives, and we keep one on the open shelf. So there should be one available on the open shelf. If not, and the only one is available in the archive, it's possible, you can use it, but you can only use it in the library. So just remember that as well. Okay, study areas, I don't think you will use the library much for that. And then as well, the news, latest newspapers are available. We have what we call the information literacy training. It's actually in short what I'm giving you now. It's just the different modules. The students, they also they attend the programs. So what we do now is just a very shorter version of the modules. It's the welcome to the library, the introduction to the library. The second module we will do, we will just take a short break, and then we'll do academic surfing, how to use the internet correctly for your academic side. When I see you again on the 21st, we will do electronic databases, and on the 28th, the TUT Harvard referencing with EndNote. Okay, if there's emergency in the library, it's just we just follow the orders, just get out of the library as soon as possible. Okay, that's the first part of today. We all use the internet, and we all think we know how to use it, and it's true, we do, but I'll just give you some extra tips. Maybe that will just help you. I hope you will learn something new. When I attended this course the first time, I learned something new, so I really hope you will as well. So again, please stop me at any time, and if you have a question. What we do with the students as well is we give them these 10 questions, and they need to write down the answers on the paper, and then we'll just go through them. I'll just, if you know what the internet stands for, does anybody know? It's an acronym for International Network. So internet, so that's internet. Okay, hopefully we all know what a network is. Computers linked to each other, sharing information. Okay, a browser. What is a browser? That's the browser. Yeah. Give you access to the web, to the net. It's like Internet Explorer. When you get your computer, it's already installed. It's this program installed on your computer. So it will let you access the internet. Then there's the different and it's located on your hard drive, on your computer itself. Then you have your search engine. That is like Google, Chrome, Firefox. Yes, that's the search engine. And it's not on your computer, it's on the internet. Okay, so you open your internet, your browser, and you will open your search engine page. Okay. What is the ISP?
Is it not internet service provider?
Yes, internet service provider. URL. We all know the acronym, or the yes, it's the, now let me get, Universal Resource Locator, or the IP address. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the ISBN, if you have a modem, if you have a Telkom modem, then Telkom is your ISBN. Yeah, MWeb, yes. That's the company that gives you the access to the...
But TUT, who's... TUT,
they have their own,
they've got their own
that's their own
ISP.
IS. They're the service
The service
provider.
provider.
Yes. Okay, the URL, it's the unique address of a certain web page. So that they sometimes talk about the IP address. That's just because in IT, in technology, everything is working with numbers. So we only see the words, but actually it's numbers. The computer and the network, they see it as numbers. Okay, FAQ. Yes, frequently asked questions. It's always a good place to start, especially when it's a new product, a new company, a new subject area for you. Just quickly read through the frequently asked questions before you send an email to somebody, and you might find your answer in the frequently asked questions section. Okay, what is the difference between a search engine like Google and a multi-search engine like web crawler?
I don't know.
First time you heard that. Okay, we'll learn something tonight. That's good. Search engine Google, they index certain pages from certain websites, and when you do a search on Google, you will get a result list, and it's only the information that's been indexed by Google itself. A web crawler, it's a meta search engine. It does a search over more than one search engine. So it uses Google, it uses Yahoo, it uses Hotbot, and you do one search and you will get results from all three search engines.
So you go to the web crawler.
We will do, yes, the web crawler. We'll give the addresses, we'll do that later.
So when we do data information search, will you teach us how to go into the web crawler?
Yes, but remember this is searching on the internet. Not all the internet websites it's
beneficial
accredited.
for our
Yes, you have to evaluate the content. That's very important for the internet searches.
Won't accept web crawler.
It depends on where the information is from. We will look at the different type of companies that publish websites, and you can determine from their website address, you can determine if it's a good source or not. Yes, yes. You cannot just use internet resources. No. Okay, so then that just last question is, which would be your preferred search tool? Will it be Wikipedia, Google, or InfoMine? Yeah, you're not. Yes. Yes. I'll show it to you. Wikipedia is because we'll come to that. Wikipedia, because anybody can add information to Wikipedia. There's no way that it's been peer reviewed, or it's no research, or anyone can add something, so you cannot rely on that information. No, it's not reliable at all. Yeah, quickly, yes. It can, if you're not sure what a term is, or what this word means, or
Maybe for explanation.
but it's only for yourself. Yes, only for yourself. You cannot quote it, add it in your bibliography.
That's for vocabulary.
Yes, vocabulary. You cannot, please, don't use, especially the MNDs. Your supervisor will not be impressed. Google, like we said, Google Scholar, that's a good source to use, because it's also peer-reviewed articles. They get information and index articles, periodical articles, and they're available in Google Scholar. Even if we have from the databases that TUT subscribe to, if you do a search on Google Scholar and TUT subscribes to that, you will get the full text. Otherwise, you might just get the reference to it, but you will sometimes immediately get the full text article. InfoMine, we'll do that. I'll just show you. Some websites, they call it directories. Because we all know there are so many websites available. So what InfoMine does is it's actually people who index the websites, and not just like Google, a robot who get the information. There are some people who look at the website, evaluate the content, and classify it according to different subjects. So it won't give you the information, but it will give you one place to go, and you click on the link, and it will take you to the reviewed information. Okay, I hope you have learned something from these 10 questions. Okay, that's just the different web browsers. Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer. It's the most well-known one. But I just read an article earlier this week that Google Chrome, it's the second now in Africa, the second most popular internet browser. Google Chrome. That's it's a web browser from Google. Oh, you don't? I like it. I use it. Yeah.
I'm more on Firefox.
Yeah, I don't use Firefox. So it depends on. It's your own preference. Yeah, it will give you. If you know the website of the address of the site you want to go, doesn't matter which browser you use. No.
Go back to the FAQ.
Yes.
I don't know what that is out. You said it stands for?
Frequently asked questions.
Okay.
So it's some general inquiries that specific site gets, and they compile the question with the answer. So you can first go there if you have a question.
Will it be the same thing as ask.com?
No, ask.com is a different site. It's also like a search engine. Yeah. Ask.com, they get they get their information from various sites. Frequently asked questions, it's specifically for one website. Say it's for the university, for TUT. They have a frequently asked questions section, and the students, they ask, how do I register? And they'll give the explanation. Instead of answering all the thousands of emails they get, they say just go and check the website and the frequently asked questions section, and you will get your answer. And if you still don't find your answer there, then you can contact us. So, yeah, we're in the age of downloading and uploading. So if you're you're doing a search on a browser, say we use Internet Explorer, or we use a search engine like Google, then if you find an article and you want the full text, you download the article, and upload is again a good example is if you use Facebook or something, when you upload photos again so that they can all see it. So that's download, it's to your computer, uploads from your computer to the internet.
What would be beneficial for us as
Yes, if you find an article that are relevant and it's within your certain criteria, you can download it. You can download it directly to your computer. Yeah. Okay, this is a site for the students. The Vuma, it's a student site. But if you know the exact address, you can type it in. You don't have to go through Google or to search for it. You can immediately type it in. It's the same with if you're TUT. If you know the address, you can immediately type it in. If you're not sure about the address, then you can search through Google. Like I said, you can determine the quality of the information just from the website of a website address of a website. So if we look at the address, the HTTP, it stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It means it's through the internet. Okay, the www is the World Wide Web, the network. The second part of after the World Wide Web, it will give you the publisher or the domain. They call it the domain. That's the owner of the site, the one who's giving the information. .co.za. .co stands for company. You will come across various organization types. You will get AC, like TUT, academic institution, academic. You will get EDU, education. You will get .com, that's commercial. You will get .org, that's for government. So from all of these, .com is the one you must be careful for. But academic institutions, education institutions, non-profit organizations, government organizations, that's information that might be very useful to you. Okay. And .za, that's the country where it's published. Okay. Any questions about these? Okay. It's just a summary of what I was telling you. Commercial, education. Education is can be a university, but sometimes it's for schools as well, especially from America. They use education, then it's only up to grade 8. AC is academic, government or military, or organization, a non-profit organization like American Psychological Association. You will know they do their own research and they publish it, so you know that's a site you can use. .net, it's a network organization. Can be a lot of different companies together, so again, just evaluate it. Yeah, just first look around at the site and see if you can use it. So it's if you know this, then if you just look at a website, you can quickly determine from which type of content you will find on this site. Okay, the 5 steps in your research or in your search for your topic. You will first identify your needs.
Do you have any study material which we can be able to go from your copies so that it's easy for us to
go back? What I can do is I will send the slides. I will send it to Prof. Barry, and she will then distribute it again to you. Then you can have it. Because we have a workbook, but that's mainly for the students, and that's not everything is not in there. So I'll send it to her. So your first step is you need to find your keywords. You need to make your head clear, get it in your head. what do you want? What do you want to do? Very important to think of keywords. Think of synonyms. Think of different ways of describing the same term. So that use your thesaurus, use your encyclopedias. There are more than one way to describe something. There are more one word to describe an object or whatever. Because when you do your searching, when you compile your search strategy, we will come to that, but you will use your Boolean operators and or not. And so you want to include certain terms or you want to exclude certain terms. So it's very important to get your keywords together. Your second step will be to find the suitable information resources. That's what we will do next week as well. Do your literature study, read. Then evaluate the information, and you start with your compiling your notes. Then important is to consider the copyright and plagiarism. You cannot use somebody else's words as your own. You have to cite information that you use and add it in your bibliography. Okay, and then your final step is to write your assignment and of course the bibliography. Okay. There are certain things to remember when you search on the internet, not just that the database, every database has their own search tips, but if you do it on the internet, it's important to just take note of the following. Don't use the stop words, remove it. Say, don't use a question, how do I do this? Just keep it to your keywords. Remove all the stop words. And your first word, that's the most important word because Google will start searching with that search term. So your main subject must be your first word, keyword. Like I said, look for common and scientific terms. It's just an example. Anorexia, bulimia, eating disorders. So just think broader. Don't think about the bigger picture. Depending on if you need graphics, pictures, images, photos. If you want that, remember there are different terms to describe the same thing. Synonyms, pavement, sidewalk, robot, traffic light. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the different ways to describe. Sometimes it's good to use the advanced search because there you can limit your search. You can choose language. Like internet, you will get Chinese, Dutch, whatever, Spanish, French. All that information can be included. So just keep it to English. The date of publication again, limited to the latest information. If your search is specific to a region, limited to that information and that subject in that country. Okay, keep it simple. Start broad, just start with a few keywords and see what you get up, what you find, and as you go along and you read some more, you will start refining your search terms. But first, start with simple. Use as few words as possible. If you are too specific when you start, you might miss some valuable information. So first start with the broad topic, and then you can narrow it down once you have covered all the different areas in your research. Think of the words that may most likely be used when you will write a paper. Think about headache and not my head hurts. Just think about your keywords before you just start searching. So it's a very good idea. I have a form. I'll send it as well to you. it's a way to organize your search, just to group the certain terms together, include this, exclude this, and just to construct your search query. I'll give you a form, it's just a layout to just help you organize your strategy. It's to that strategy you can also use if you start doing your database searches. You will use the same kind of strategy throughout all the databases to see what's available in the different. Okay, unique descriptive words. Unique, it means you will get relevant results. Okay. So don't use something like a document or a website. That's too general. It's just an example. So if you use unique words. Phrase searches, depending on what you're looking for. If you're doing research on a person, you can do a phrase search. We all know you can use inverted commas. Like for instance, if you use Alexander Bell in inverted commas, it will only find documents for Alexander Bell, but you will not find the information on Alexander B. Bell, which is the same person. So just remember when to use your inverted commas and when not to use it. And the same, yeah, it's just the same. If you want specific song title or whatever, then you will use it in inverted commas. Sometimes Google will give you a hint as well. You use one term and it will tell you, can it search under child care? It will just give you little hints as well. So you can look at that and you will find different information. If you want to exclude certain terms, you use a minus sign in front of the term. And it will, like for instance, if we say we want antivirus, but we don't want antivirus software, so you will exclude software. We'll just give the antivirus, the medical side of antivirus. These strategies you can use in Google. So when you use your search term, you can use these tips. And or we will show it again, the differences between the Boolean operators. If you want and, you don't need to add and. It will automatically, if you put the search terms, it will add all of them. But if you don't mind, you can put or. It can be in this year or from that year, doesn't matter. But if you use and, both of the terms must be in the article or the website. If you use the tilde, it's like a related words, a related search. So college, it will search words higher education and university without you having to type it in. Author, if you have a specific, you want something about a specific author, you type in author, colon, and the surname, and it will give you, it will do an author search. The same with site, if you're looking for a specific site or a specific file type. You can also use truncation, wildcard, maybe you have heard about it. You type in a part of the word and then you add the wildcard character, and it will find all the information depending on where you add the wildcard. It will find the information that if you add wildcard sparrow, it will find red sparrow, common sparrow, everything that's sparrow before that word. If you're not sure about there's the American or British spelling, you use it to find both. Organize and organize with a Z. You use the wildcard and you will get articles with both words. Okay, you can even go further. You can do calculators. You can do your maths. You can convert, find definition if you want a specific definition. You type in definitions, colon, and the word that you want the definition for. And then just the wildcard again, anything that will come after the phrase Isaac Newton discovered, you will get the information. It's the same as the wildcard. Okay, any questions on this? Okay. You can find images. Maybe you've known this on Google. There's certain section just for images. So it index. Let's just go to Google and I'll show you. This is Google. Here at the top, you have different options as well. The one is images. You can see there's images added. So if you say you want something about roses, you will get images on roses. Okay, but you can change it. If you go to advanced search, you can change it. You can change the color. You know, I want only images with pink roses. Then you can change it. It will only give you images with pink roses. Okay. You can change the size. You can change it to line drawings, and you will only get clip art. So there are a lot of. If you want more handbags, you can just add it to the search box, and you will get different handbags. So depending on what you're looking for, there are different ways to find it. It's just a nice feature of Google. Or Google Maps. Most we know that. Google Play, that's a new one. It's for online games. So you can download or pay for it. News, Gmail. You can create your own Gmail account with Google. Drive. I haven't explored it this much, but you can save documents on Google where you can access it from anywhere. When it's not on your computer, when you're not with your own computer, you can save it on Google Drive, and then you can access it from anywhere in the world. Calendar, Translate. I don't know if you've ever used Translate, but it's quite nice. If you have a paragraph or something in a reference and you want to translate it, you can just copy and paste it in here, and you say from English and transfer it, or they can detect the language as well for you, and you can read it in. It will translate it for you. There are more functions: e-books, blogs, readers. So we go to even more products for Google. There are quite a few functions in Google. Here you can download Google Chrome if you want. That's image search again, the Drive. You can create groups, mailing lists. What we'll do now is I'm going to show you Google Scholar. Google Scholar is for your searching for articles. So they indexed articles from different publishers, different databases, and they give you access to it. So if you do business management, you say you want articles, and you do the search, you will see the layout, the result list is different than when you do a search just in Google, because now we are here with articles. We are busy with articles. We are busy with research. You'll see there are different options there at the site. There are different ways to limit the search. There you can limit it to the latest since 2013, 2012, or you can select your own range. You can include citations or not. If we look at the first one, you can say it's cited by 356 different articles. So it might tell us that this is a good article, a lot of people have used it before. Maybe I can just see what it's about. So you can click on that and it will take you to the website where it got the article from. So you can see it's a research network, so it might be a good article to use. So most of the databases, but we'll do that next week as well, will give you the same functions. The layout is just different. Most of the time you can email it to yourself, you can save it, or you can email the reference. You can do that with most of the databases. It will give you a short abstract. You can see, yes, this is what I want, and it's not what I want. And depending on where on the site, maybe you have to pay to get this article, or you can just download it. I think this one, I'm not sure if we can get this one, but I'm not going to spend time now on this. And you can also here click on the citations. And you can see, okay, so this you can see you need to be a member. So you have to evaluate it and just see if it will be useful for you or not. So this is here, they can tell you it's a PDF document. That's the site where they got it from. So that's a government, it might be from Hong Kong, I'm not sure. But JSTOR, that's a database. Wiley Online, that's also a database. Organization, PsycNet. So you can quickly see if this is a good source or not. Let me just open that one. Okay, here you can see on this site you can do a little bit more. Here you can purchase the PDF or you can save it, but you will only save the abstract. You can print it, email it, export it. So there's different things that you can do with it. Here you will find the citation with the relevant information. So if you really want the full text, you can copy this and send it to Eunice or Given. And from that citation will be enough information for them to try and find the full text for you. Okay. Any questions on Google Scholar, searching on the internet? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just go and sit in front of your computer, see what it can do for you. Okay. Let me just see, we are almost done with the, I've shown you. Google, you will notice that Google changes the layout constantly. The one day this function is there and the next day it's gone. So just keep that in mind. Or they moved it. So a blog. Yes, a blog. It's maybe some of them you can help me, but what I know about a blog is that's a site from an individual who gives account of his findings, his research, his day, his work, and then people can follow it and make comments. But yes, sometimes it can be useful depending on the topic, yeah, and depending on if he's an expert or not. If he's just asking questions around or if he's really giving relevant information about a research that has been done. So you can start your own blog. So Google also has that that function. You create your own blog with login, and it's available to anybody to read. Okay, I'm quickly going to do web search, different tools in search engines, directories. We already talked about it, but just quickly show it. ask.com. We mostly use Google because that's the most well-known site, but there are different search engines as well. Aardvark, that's a South African search engine or directory. You can see here, there in the middle, browse the Aardvark directory. It means that there were people compiling websites. So they evaluated the content for you. You can just click on that and it will take you to different links to different sites. That's the different subjects that they in their directory. So you can click on that and it will open a new page and it will give you access to different sites. DMOS, it's Open Directory Project. The same, it's directory. Give you, they already compiled the different categories and found different valuable websites. So they just link you to those topics. Yes. That's different search engines. Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask, DuckDuckGo. Some of these, I've never heard of them before. But yeah, there are more search engines than just Google is the biggest, so that's why most people use it. But there are different sites as well. If you have time, you can do a search on Google and then maybe do a search on entire web. See if you get the same information. Most probably you will get a little bit of different information. Just need some. We talked about peer-reviewed information in the first part of this class as well. It's important to find peer-reviewed. Okay, we've done Google Scholar. Directory of open access journals. That's a very good place, a subject gateway. It's free of charge. The authors, they pay to have their article on this site. When it's free, doesn't mean it's not good articles. It's valuable, very valuable articles. Some journals, they promote open access so that it's open to all. It's not, you don't have to subscribe to the certain journal. It's available to anybody. Also divided into different categories. So it's a very good way. Just see what's available. You'll be amazed the amount of information that's available. Just another example of a directory for global change. It's more the science part. There's a directory for all the newspapers in the world. So you can click on your country and it will list them, any newspaper. It will link InfoMine. It has come up before. The same, it's a directory. It's already divided into subjects, so you can see business and economics. If you click on that, it will take you to further subjects. And it's people who index the information on the site. Okay, so just when we think now we know it all, and there are meta search engines, Dogpile. You can see when you do the search, they use Google, Yahoo, Bing, and Ask. So they use more than one search engine to find the information. But for you, for your M&D, you will just do one or two searches, see what's available, and then you will move on to the databases for the more scientific research articles. Internet, yeah, it's just to give you a background of what is available. Mama, they say it's the mother of all search engines. just let you know about it. I've never used it myself. So if you have time, you can explore these sites. Just again, Meta search engines, that's the web crawler. There's the address for the web crawler. Info.com, InfoSpace, Excite, Search.com, iQuick, Metacrawler, Yippee. It's not all well known, but it's there. There are online libraries as well. I will just quickly show it to you. It's online libraries. It's the same as the directories. It's already compiled topics and websites with valuable information. So say if we look at business and economics, it will give you categories and marketing. It will take you to a website with valuable information. So just, they already done the searching for you. Another one, it's the same, the IPL2 information online library. Google Books, electronic books, that's also a new thing, or not new, but it's been more and more. The library also buy ebooks, so you can access it from the internet. You don't have to come to the library to take out a book. You can use it on your computer. Google, they give you access to ebooks as well. You don't need to always pay for that, but yes, of course, it won't be your serious research books that you will have to pay for. You can go and play if you want to read classics, then you can find it. The same with videos. We all know YouTube. There are different video sites. Then, of course, your social networking, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, blogs, WordPress, Delicious, Flickr, RSS feeds. You can go and explore them, see if they can help you. But the social network is really, it's where people come together and they talk about certain topics. So sometimes it's a lot of just talking, but you have to evaluate that. Linkit, professionals, professional website, Facebook, Blogger, Skype. It's a way to communicate. It's free. Skype, it's really nice. YouTube. Email, Gmail, we all have email accounts. This is just example. I'm not going to do Gmail. This is just the age we are living in. So sometimes we communicate through electronic emails. I'm not going to do this. We all know how to send an email. Just keep it professional, corporate, especially when you're doing research. You send out your questionnaires, project a professional image. And that's my story. I hope you have learned something. Any question?